Hey everyone. Thank you for doing such a great job this week. Almost all the assignments are in, and there were fewer issues with the screenshots and the URLs, though a couple of you I have emails out to about providing me with something that works. One thing I really need you to do is make sure I get a hyperlink. Trying to copy off of Brightspace is kind of weird. So I end up having to open up a search engine and typing in very carefully your URL. And often, sometimes, now and again, it doesn't work. And so I have to grade you as if and I can't grade you without that body of information in order to see that you're writing effectively about this thing that you're doing. If you're using screenshots, you need to provide me with every screenshot for the assignment. So if you're supposed to be providing me with core pages, I need to see all the core pages. So there were a couple of you who have screenshots, but I didn't get to see everything. So let us turn away from screenshots at this point, unless you have the full complement, as we're going to be really focusing on each other's websites. And I've given you a lot of comments in the rubrics about what you might do and how you might tweak it, and you have a roundtable this time where you guys are really doing all the work with your website. So try to spend some time early in this week really focusing on getting all the pages up. Sometimes there were titles I didn't understand, making sure it's relevant to you. One of the ideas that came up, and I think it's a good one, and it's a really great way to focus your work for this class and finding an audience, is to use your thesis project as your genre, as opposed to the thing in the distant future that you might want to do. You're going to need an audience for the thesis project when you go ahead and get that thing out in the world. So we're getting there. I mean, these first weeks are really about wrangling your website, getting it. Then we take a break from it, and we come back to it later. So we have some ideas thrown out this week. We just need to be able to see it as we move on, and then definitely later in the session we're going to need to see all of it. So early work in these classes is very useful. We also have giveaways, and I was looking over my thoughts about this assignment, and one thing I can tell you for sure is that very few folks, except for those who really know you right now, are going to be enticed to be a member of your audience by getting free short stories or free poems or things like that. People want stuff. Bookmarks or a Starbucks card. Not that anyone can go to Starbucks right now. But maybe a coupon for Amazon, an Amazon gift card of $10 or $20 for the first 3 people who do whatever it is, enter your contest. So, I mean, to try to be creative. Try to think outside of giving people what they don't really want. And literary short fictions, for instance, is a very, very small market. And if you're writing horror or romance, people probably aren't going to want that. People love to, for instance, people who join your newsletter can have their name appear in a story. People love to see themselves anywhere. So see what you can do as you're doing this project, and maybe avoid the pitfalls of the assignment, where we find ourselves giving no one really wants us until they want us. Now, if you're George R.R. Martin and you come up with a short story that will finally maybe help us survive until that book that's taken, 8 years to arrive shows up. Everyone wants that short story. But right now, no one's clamoring for a short story for me that will help them get to my next novel. Because unfortunately I write so many varied things. But if you're writing a trilogy and you're a bestseller and you have a little bridge short story that will help us get to the next book, yay. All right, so those are my thoughts as we head into, my dogs are about to bark like crazy. I can tell, you see there, the UPS man is out there. Well, he lives in our house now, the UPS man. That's it. Hang in there. I know it's rough. It's rough. It's very rough, but we're doing it. Okay, more soon.